Stephen, New Jersey. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
What's happening?
Real quick, is there a chance you might go to Sirius or something like that? So we can listen to you.
I have made no decisions about my future. I can't go anywhere for 3 months. I cannot go. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. I'm not allowed to make any statements about where I'm going, and I am contractually, and I'm not allowed to go anywhere for 3 months. So I can't really do anything till April. So and that would include any kind of radio, any kind of network radio, any kind of satellite radio, any kind of podcast. I would not be able to do any of that by contract until April 1st. So for 3 months, I'm kind of shut down for the most part in conventional stuff. There's some non-conventional stuff I can do. New wave stuff, digital apps, websites, stuff like that I can do. But other than that, I really conventional stuff. I really can't do anything.
Oh, okay. I just want to talk about the Steelers real quick. I think a lot of people are overlooking them this year. I mean, they are very inconsistent, but
they are inconsistent. But I don't think anybody's overlooking them, Steve. I think everyone realizes they're the other team out there now with New England. I mean, I don't think anybody. I think they're a solid number 2 to New England's number 1. I don't think anybody else is out there.
Well, I'll say this: if they don't, get to the Super Bowl this year, because the thing with the Steelers is their secondary has been terrible for years upon years. Now they finally got one. At least it's somewhat.
Can they
stable.
prove they have one by being able to cover the Pats for the first time in a long time?
Exactly.
And
I don't like their coach.
And you're going to see that in 2 weeks. You're going to see. And I'll tell you this. I've been a big Tomlin fan.
Really?
But I will tell you, to be fair, he has been an extremely erratic coach in recent years.
Yes,
he's done a lot of weird things.
2-point conversions and all that stuff.
He's done a lot of weird stuff. He's really made you shake your head sometimes. I agree. He's gotten a little weird with some of his stuff. I totally agree. He's out there. He says some crazy things. I agree with you.
Brad,
I agree with you that he is, he's a little under the gun to do something himself. I agree. It's been a while now. Rubin in Queens. What's up, Rubin?
Yeah, how you doing, Mike? Two things quickly. With the gambling thing, if it comes to every city, right?
Yes.
How are they going to lay off, let's say, Jets are playing New England, the money's on New England. How are they going to lay off the money if it's not equal? It has to be equal, so they guarantee to win.
And it doesn't have to be equal, Rubin.
What do you mean?
It never has to
They're not going to lose.
It never has to be. It never has to be equal.
Most of the times it's close. So
they run the betting establishments run the place the way they want. They take the bets they want. They move the lines to take the bets they want to take. It's up to them. It's up to them to balance their books. It's up to them to do that.
Right.
That's their job.
No, I'm saying,
but that's their job.
Yeah. But no, I'm saying, how are they going to move the money?
What do you mean? It's going to move the way. How do you think money moves in Vegas?
Well, they got other hotels, so they might need the other side.
These companies are going to be the same companies. They're going to be running it.
But you can bet from your house. You're probably going to have a phone.
Yeah, but it'd be the same companies But the same companies are going to be running the betting that run it now. Same companies. It's going to be big companies. Churchill Downs. Different companies like that will be running. Wynn. The Wynn Hotels, MGM. Those will be the companies that will be running these gambling establishments. They'll all be run by these big outfits. Not going to be mom and pop shops. They're going to be set up as big outfits. Connor in Stanford. What's up, Connor?
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Good. What's up?
I'm just very thankful this year that we've had you, on the radio for so many years.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Quick question before I get to the point about the Giants.
Good.
In terms of Thanksgiving, where do you think it ranks on sports holidays? Christmas with the NBA, New Year's with college football? Just a quick one to get your take.
There's no holiday that is aligned with sports or in anything comes close to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's on its own level. Plus, the other reason is this. It's an American holiday. We all celebrate Thanksgiving. So
exactly.
It's different. So, not everybody celebrates Christmas. We know that. I mean, so this is different. To me, this football and Thanksgiving, there's nothing close to it. It is football, and that is I think, one of the biggest reasons for the NFL's success has been the way they have utilized the Thanksgiving holiday. It built the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys were built because of Tex Schramm's insistence that they would be the second game of the doubleheader.
Right.
That grew the Dallas Cowboys into the team that they are. They became America's team because of their place in American homes late in the day on Thanksgiving Day. That is how they sold the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's nothing better, watch a little high school football in the morning, then eat some food with your family,
That's
and then
like who doesn't settle in no matter what time wherever you are. Now I go to my mother-in-law's, Mrs. O's house, and she goes and let's say we eat at 3:00. Okay. Everyone has already eaten by the time the Cowboys come on. First of all, TV never goes off anyway. We have a lot of people at the house. But the thing is, the game's on, the Lion game's on. The parade's on in the morning. The kids are watching the parade. The little kids are waiting for Santa Claus to come in the parade. And then the football game's on. Then you watch the Lion game's on. And then the next game's on. The day starts early because people go to church first. And, the bottom line is football's on all day. And then you're home by the time the third game's on. And you settle in, you've had a long day, and you settle in and you watch the third game. That's it. The kids are usually tired. You settle in and you watch the 8:30 game and hope it's a decent game. And hopefully the Giants and the Redskins give us a little game on Thursday night. So I don't mind it. Listen, I don't mind the games tomorrow. I don't even mind the San Diego-Dallas game. I think it's a competitive game. All right, Mons, who do you think's going to win the San Diego-Dallas game?
I like San Diego.
Who do you like, Chris?
Or Los Angeles, sorry.
I like Los Angeles as well. I think the Chargers are going to win.
Both of you like the Chargers. Okay. I thought somebody liked the Cowboys. Okay. I'm not sure the Cowboys are going to beat them either. Is Smith playing?
I saw it's questionable.
As I said now, game time decision. We know Lee's not playing. But is Smith playing? We don't know. Yeah, they need Smith to play. That will be a problem if Smith doesn't play. And the Chargers are going to give them some trouble. I agree. That's going to be a tough game. Very much so.
NFL Network says they all have a good shot. Smith, Bailey, and Hitchens.
Bailey, yes. Hitchens, yes. No Lee, though.
No, Lee's not on that list.
That's a big one. That is a big one. Mark and Brick, what's up, Mark?
Hey, Mike. Just want to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Appreciate listening to you for the last 25 years.
Thank you.
Mike, how do you see the Mara's decision on the coaching staff and Brees tying into Eli? I mean, do they say, hey, Eli's got 2 more years, and so we have to have a coach that comes in if we change coaches that is going to work with him? Or, I mean, do those play together?
No, they don't. No, they can't. The coach will be based on what happens the rest of the way here. Can he still save his job? He can. If you think he can't, you're wrong. He can. I mean the universal you. Yeah. If everybody out there thinks he can't, he can. If they get a winning streak going now and they play some fun games and people are cheering for them because they're going to beat the Eagles or knock the Cowboys out of the wild card in their building, and they build on that, he might get a third year. That will be, but if they, lay an egg tomorrow night and get beat, 34-10, and then they come back and they're nightmarish, and there's 50,000 Eagle fans in the building, and then there's, nobody in the building on New Year's Eve when the Redskins are coming in, and there's nobody there, absolutely nobody, and it's a snowy day, and they're throwing snowballs at 10 people. That will finish him. But the Eli situation will not be the case. Now, if the Giants finish with a poor enough record to get into the quarterback situation, and they bring in a kid quarterback at the top of the draft, the question they have to answer is, and I think Eli would like a declaration, knowing that they did it with him. If I were Eli, I would say, listen, what is your plan for me? If your plan is to play me next year, fine. If your plan is to play me a couple of games and then break in the number one guy, well, I'd rather probably go somewhere else. So I think that will be the conversation that happens at the end of the season. Eli's figuring he's got a couple of years left. He'd probably like to be traded if he's not going to be their guy. And if they have a number one guy they draft, now, you hear they like Webb. They don't like Webb enough not to draft a quarterback. As a matter of fact, Reese last week was out at the UCLA-USC game in person. He went to the game. So we told you 2 weeks ago they were redoubling their efforts with those quarterbacks, and now they sent him out to the game last week. So they now think those guys are in play for them. Lewis in Jersey. What's up, Lewis?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good, what's up?
I got a question about the Patriots that you were talking about earlier, like who would match up with them good in the playoffs that could maybe beat them.
Yeah.
And now I know, like the San Diego Chargers, like if they could get to the playoffs, and they always lose a lot of close games, do you think they would match up well with them?
They have a pass rush, but I can't take them seriously to that level yet, Lewis. They're not even 500, so I can't take them seriously. But there's two teams that you got to watch right now that could make a run towards a wild card here. One is the Chargers, and the other one is the Bengals. Bengals are not a bad team, and the Bengals beat the Browns as we expect this week. Now, if the Chargers win this game this week, I will come back and look at both schedules the rest of the way. If they win this week, the Chargers, they'll be 5-6 and waiting on Kansas City. They'd be alive in the division, and they'd also be alive in the wild card. The Bengals would move to 5-6, and they're thinking a wild card, and their schedule is not bad. So I have to look at the Chargers schedule to see what's left. I will. I look at the Bengals, too. I'll do that right after this.
Step into the